Hi, I'm Angus Wright, and I also go by Angus By Design. And this is another day in a personal practice that I call my Satsang for One, where I listen to an episode of the Ram Dass Be Here Now podcast. I create a journal about it. I write some quotes down in a physical journal, and I pull an animal oracle card in order to cultivate mindfulness and reflection. All of this is part of my own personal wellness recovery action planning and part of my daily maintenance for maintaining my own mental health. So today's episode was regarding a pledge to social responsibility. And the first quote is actually the Shakertown Pledge. And it's under the title, Tuning into the Small Voice Within. I declare myself a world citizen. I commit myself to lead an ecologically sound life. I commit myself to lead a life of creative simplicity and to share my personal wealth with the world's poor. I commit myself to join with others in the reshaping of institutions in order to bring about a more just global society in which all people have full access to the needed resources for their physical, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual growth. I account myself to occupational accountability, and so doing, I will seek to avoid the creation of products which cause harm to others. I affirm the gifts of my body and commit myself to its proper nourishment and physical well-being. I commit myself to examine continually my relations with others and to attempt to relate honestly, morally, and lovingly to those around me. I commit myself to personal renewal through prayer, meditation, and study. I commit myself to responsible participation in a community of faith. And again, that's the Shakertown Pledge. And then the other quote is under our relationship with truth. Truth is a funny thing. The truth gets you free. The truth gets you high and it gets you free. It's risky business, but it changes the whole name of the game. And so with that in mind, a pledge to social responsibility, which sounds a lot like a good way to live, I think. Seeing ourselves as people connected in spirit and focusing on how the truth sets us free, even though often the truth can be quite complicated. And we'll just put that energy into the cards and see what they come up with. There we go. Oh, fun. So this is the Sandpiper Spirit. And the Sandpiper says, be playful. Alright. Doodly-doo. Okay, so Sandpiper Spirit. The oracle message behind this card. Sandpipers are like cute little clowns poking their beaks into the sand before darting off to chase the waves. The appearance of Sandpiper Spirit is a sign that now is the time to engage your playfulness. Whatever tasks you have before you, perform them with a lightness of being. Explore the familiar, discovering the new in the old. Who knows what treasures await you when you let yourself laugh and have fun. Sandpiper Spirit's happy and curious nature can help you feel rejuvenated as you remember your ability to run and fly and dance playfully. The protection message behind this card. When your heart is heavy and life seems to weigh you down, Sandpiper's Spirit message is to lighten your burden by finding joy and humor in the everyday. Become like a playful child filled with curiosity and wonder, and soon you will find you will feel your own spirit lift. A few minutes or hours of fun-filled delight is exactly what you need now. Enjoy the ridiculousness of life and be willing to jump in. Let your inner goof out to express itself with abandon. So I love, I love the connection between being a responsible person and being playful. Especially as it relates to being in the truth, right? Responsibility can become really complicated and overwhelming and frustrating and painful sometimes, to be honest. Because life is full of uncomfortable situations that often pull us into being an adult, right? Having to make tough choices that really weigh down on us. And so I really love the idea of keeping it simple with that pledge. I find it quite simple to not harm people or things. I find it quite simple to treat everyone with respect. Where it's not simple is when it becomes something that I have to overthink about or overmanage, right? Or manage the reactions, thoughts, and feelings of others. I'm in my best light. I shine my best light when I'm playful and when I'm in the moment and when I'm able to just live authentically. And so the idea of the sandpiper, to be able to take that approach to life, is actually quite wonderful. And for me, anyways, as this is part of my own personal practice, that message really does reflect on who I am as a person and what my goals and my intentions are. So absolutely love that message. Especially, the last couple of days, the wombat has come up. Wombat spirit, be at home, be comfortable in your own skin. It's come up a couple of times. And so marrying that, like being comfortable within yourself and being playful. Being playful is being vulnerable, right? People who see people who are playful while they're stressed out tend to think that that's the time to, mess with us or to remind us that life isn't easy, right? But that's them. That's why I love having a satsang for one, because I don't have to worry about the journey of other people. I just have to worry about myself. And the more I can worry about myself and focus on my intentional living and focus on my playful living, the more I get really wonderful feedback from the world around me. It's really easy to get caught up in media and politics and conversations, especially right now, because it seems like the world's been activated, right? And families have been activated. And previous versions of me, for example, avoided family by relocating. But it seems like technology brought us all back together. And I'm thankful for my own wellness practice because I've been able to keep myself in check, right? I can't always manage myself, or I haven't always been able to manage myself. But today is proof that I'm still on the path. So I'm going to be playful about it. It's spring, it's summer coming. Things are opening up again, including hearts, right? So, namaste. If you like this, please feel free to subscribe and you'll get notifications. If any of this speaks to you, please feel free to reach out to me, leave comments. Again, I'm Angus Wright. I go by Angus By Design. I journal out loud. This is all part of my own personal practice. And I'm always happy to make connections. Thank you.